G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. Today is May 30th, 2023. This is the spot silver price update. On our weekly trend indicator, it's showing a neutral, and on our daily, it's broken into a bearish signal. But take heed, we've got a minor resistance or support level forming here on the daily, and I'll talk about that in a minute. First, let's go to the weekly. We look at our triple moving average of the price chart. Moving average 3, 5 and 60 is still primarily it's turning down from a bullish momentum, and so is the CCI 150 moving average 5 and 50. But they're not exactly agreeing, and it's causing a neutral signal, so it's neither bullish nor bearish. So just to take heed to avoid trading at the moment based on that weekly. On the daily, it has broken down into a bearish signal on our indicator, but notice also we've got a bearish divergence on the CCI versus a flat divergence on the price chart. Now that has actually worked out, and again, if you're new to the channel, the way you draw these, you draw a channel between those tops and the bottom candle wick in that range, the bottommost wick or body of a candle in that range. So as long as the CCI keeps falling, then we see the price collapse below that channel, which it did, and that's where we look at placing short positions, or in this case, avoid going or close out any long positions if you're profitable. I primarily use divergence to close out positions or avoid going into positions if the indicator is showing this indicator is showing the opposite. So in this case, avoid going long. So the way you would put a target there, and this is a target area, you would actually draw a Fibonacci from that low to that high. And here you'll put a target in the nearest Fibonacci retracement level, and that's between a 38 and a 50 in this case. You could have put it between a 23 and a 38, but that was quite close to where it broke out, so it would have been very little movement. In this case, it's fallen below the 38%, and it fell below that range, which was our initial target. Now it's currently sitting on this support level, this minor support, as I said, which is about halfway between a 50 and a 61%. And we may see it bounce from there, hence the dotted support area. So very cautiously, be careful you don't trade on the daily alone. I would wait for the weekly and the daily to align to be more confident. There's no guarantees, of course, but just in terms of probability, and that's my strategy. Now on the hourly, again, you can see there more closely that range, that support area. And one other thing to notice as well is just to highlight. You'll notice back here, since the price started accelerating from that point there, the CCI was also going in a bullish momentum. But notice the same range, the CCI is quite flat. So what I'm trying to say is the CCI on the hourly does not correlate with the CCI on the daily or any other time frame. The CCIs are all independent patterns as opposed to the price chart. So in this case, we're looking at the daily bearish signal on the CCI, and we're not particularly looking at the hourly in this case. Although you could argue that was a flat signal versus a bullish signal on the price chart, possibly. But you can see there it started at that point there and it finished there. Nevertheless, we'll look at this, and that probably would have still played out because the price did collapse, and so did the CCI. So on the hourly chart in more detail, we've also got this back test going long positions only, but the same applies for just in reverse going for short positions. The logic would reverse. And we use the same entry strategy as the weekly and daily CCI and moving averages. So you can see here there's a bit of a drawdown effect on your profitability. That was a bit of a hit there. And to avoid those little drawdowns, as I always say, always trade in the direction of the weekly and daily. So that was during back there. That was during July 2022. So you see there during July 2022 there was no bullish signal, and likewise July 2022 there was no bullish signal there. So you would have avoided going long during those periods on the hourly time frame. Again, it's always about improving your probability of success. It's not about trying to get into the long. I always take little profits where I can take them. I don't try to get big moves because they're often unreliable. You could do the same strategy on the monthly, weekly and daily if you're trading the daily. Again, using the monthly and weekly strategy to follow that same approach. But in this case, I'm just looking at the weekly, daily and hourly charts. So to understand how to trade this and other trading strategies, reference the links in the description below. Subscribe to my Patreon page where I show you this and other trading strategies. We also do weekly scans of stocks, currencies and commodities. Subscribe, like and share the channel. Thanks for watching and see you in a future video.